What's up everyone, it's Age here, and today I'm going to tell you about why Galakrond Rogue has great potential if you're trying to climb the ladder, and even more potential if you're trying to have exciting matches. I really enjoyed playing this deck, and I found the deck list on Hearthstone topdecks.com by player Kagome. They had 2 copies of Questing Adventure in there, and I took those out. Instead I put in 2 copies of Sap, because Sap has more value in my opinion. A quick rundown of Galakrond for those who don't know what it is. It's a card that you invoke to evolve. It could be in your hand, it could be in your deck, doesn't matter. You play cards to evoke it. It has 3 forms and it starts at 1. You play 2 invoke cards, it evolves to 2. Play 2 more invoke cards and then you get the full Beast Boy version. Invoking does something different for each class. For rogues, when you play an invoke card, it gives you a lackey. 1 of 7, some are better than others. Check out the videos of the matches on my channel to see what all of them can do. After you have the full Beast Boy, you slam him down and he gives you 5 armor, and then gives you a 5/2 weapon, and then magic happens. You draw 4 cards and the cost of each of them is changed to 0, and the potential for craziness is unlimited. Imagine getting a Leroy Jenkins from Galakrond Magic. You shadow step him, slam him down again. Then you play Wondrous Wand to draw 3 more cards that cost 0 and find an Eviscerate. It's a 16 damage play that costs 6 mana. But that wasn't even what I enjoyed most about this deck. The mid game. This is where the deck shines, and you can get so creative with the lackeys. None of the matches felt like they were the same, and its board control potential gave me a 65% win rate with the deck. And speaking of win rate, the community's win rate with this deck was 52%, and these were the matchups. Its favorable matchups were against Priest, and its least favorable matchup was against aggro decks. Well, Druid to be specific, but that's a different breed. My favorite card to play in the mid game was Faceless Corruptor, and it's because it had huge board swing potential, especially if you paired it with a Witchy Lackey. Same thing goes with Devoted Maniac. Instead of using it as a 2/2 rush, more often I used it with a Witchy Lackey just to evolve it. It created a lot more board presence that way, and gave me control of the mid game more often than not. The community's deck rate being 52% is probably due to the fact that there's so much combo potential. There was a few times I found myself in a position where I didn't know what the right play was, and I just kind of threw stuff at other stuff and did some other stuff just to kind of see what happened. Another card I really enjoyed playing was Heist Baron Togwaggle, and it's because it gave you a mini Galakrond effect. You could draw 3 and it changes the cost of them to 0. Wondrous Wand is probably the only real option to take out of the 4 with this deck in particular. I tried using some of the other options like Zarog's Crown, but it ended up being a lackluster play, and it didn't feel as beneficial as Wondrous Wand. The end game. This was all about just collecting the pieces and assembling a combo that could kill an opponent from 30 health. Most of the games ended up in a win with a Leroy Shadow Step combo.
Leroy Jenkins!
But this deck has a lot of creative ways to deal damage right to your opponent's face. Overall, I'd say this is one of the harder decks to climb the ladder with, and aggro's probably your best bet. But if you want to have fun and exciting matches the entire time on the ladder, I definitely recommend this deck. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see more content from Age of Stratagem, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you want to see a particular deck or have any feedback of what you'd like to see in the next video, please feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Now this was the first video, but up in this corner you're going to be able to find a link to a new deck each week. And up in this corner you're going to be able to find a link to the matches that really highlight the way this deck plays. If you want to watch me live, I'll be on Twitch Thursday and Friday nights streaming a new deck. Hope to see you there. I'll catch you later.